Greetings in the mighty name of my Lord and Savior Jesus. This is Rev Chawani. I want to share with you today a very powerful message that is going to change your life. Because you see, many people try to ignore death. Many people live as if they are not going to die. Many people are so arrogant. They live as if they are not going to die. Some they don't even see a need to be saved or get saved. There are many people who are arrogant. Some it's because they are rich. Some they don't see rather a need to be saved. But I want to tell you today that if you are listening to this message, get saved. If you are listening to this sermon, get saved. Why? Because of the vanity of life. You see, I, as the preacher, have come into absolute agreement and judgment with all other inspired authors and writers of the scriptures, and all the psalmists, prophets, apostles, priests, pastors, Christians, and etc., that life is indeed vanity. I agree in body and spirit that indeed man is like a breath. His days are like a passing shadow, says the psalmist in chapter 144 through verse 4. So breath is the same word as vanity, coming from vain, implying that man is nothing. Man is like a breath, man is like a viper. And in Greek, they call it heሕብel, and that speaks of a viper or breath of vanity. Also speaking of man's useless pride and worthy. So no matter how much a man may perceive himself to be of greater worth or better than other men due to high education, beautiful appearance, prestige, influence, power, money, and wealth, the matter of the fact that he is like a breath and his days like a passing shadow. He is vanity. He is nothing. Not only is man vanity, but also fragile. For all flesh is like grass, and all its glory like the flower of the grass. The grass withers and the flower falls off. First Peter chapter 1, verse 24. So the flesh of a man is his composition. Man is weak like that of the grass. As the grass blossom in one season and withers the next, so is man, who is created of the dust and is dust. In realization of vanity and fragility of man, the psalmist renders a humble prayer before his creator. In Psalms 39 through verse 4 to 7, he is not asking the creator to remove vanity and fragility, but asking for spiritual eyes and insight, to yada in Greek, his days. So in short, he is asking or he's asking for knowledge and revelation about the durability of his days to make oneself. So to yada is to make oneself, reveal oneself. And I want you to understand something. Most generals who have walked with the Lord knew when they are going to departure on earth by the Spirit of the Lord. So in other words, most generals were privileged to know the specific dates and time they were going to die. So it gave them grace to prepare. So I want you to understand something. This is something that is biblical here. As I've mentioned to you, that most generals who walk with the Lord knew when they are going to departure on earth by the Spirit. So also the psalmist says, Lord, make me to know my end and the measure of my days. What is it that I may know how frail I am? Verse 4 and in verse 5, he says, Behold, thou hast made my days as an and breath, and mine age is nothing before thee. Verily every man at his best state is although vanity. O Salah. He admits that Yahweh has calculated his days as breath. And even at his highest and best life and status, he is still nothing because that is only temporary. Through verse 7, his hope is gone and weak to admit this strategy and fact. Everything we do is vanity, empty, futile, short-lived. It doesn't matter if you are wise or fool, ultimately because everyone ends up dying. However, there is hope for him because when he dies, he's going to heaven and be with his maker in eternity. Personally, where are you going when you die? So, in this sermon, I want you to discover steps that can help you to prepare in advance for your departure. Number one, you need to get saved. 1 John 3, verse 3. Number two, repent daily. 1 John 1, verse 9. Number three, okay, let me start over. Number one, get saved. John 3, verse 3. 2, repent daily. 1 John 1, verse 9. 3, hate sin and be upright and blameless. Job 1, verse 1. Next, serve God faithfully. Matthew 25, 14 to 30. Next, take care of the poor. James 1, verse 27. Next, maintain your salvation daily. Philippians 2, verse 12. Next, forgive and love everyone. Matthew 6 from verse 14 to 15 and Mark 12 verse 30 to 31. Next, change your financial currency. Matthew 6 verse 19 to 20. Next, help others, even strangers. Hebrews 13 verse 2. Next, support pastors and the work of God. Hebrews 13 verse 17. Next, spend time with your loved ones. Ephesians 5 verse 22 to 27. Next, enjoy life. Ecclesiastes 8 verse 15. Next, share what you have with everyone and your family. Joshua 2:8. Next, live each day as your last, as if it's your last. Ephesians 5. I pray that as you hear this message, may your life change in Jesus' mighty name.